up, guys? It is I, DPX here. Welcome back to another episode of Chillin with the Miikcast. Today I am joined by SquidWario
Howdy, everybody.
and Gus.
What's up, y'all? How you guys doing?
Yeah, so today is a bit of a different episode, of course. At the time of recording, this is going to go up a bit later to keep up with the upload pattern of Chillin with the Miikcast, but right now, the Game Award nominees have actually come out, and we are going to be talking about each category. We're going to be voting and everything. Obviously, you can't see us because it's all about the nominees today. You can only see the nominees. Our faces are not being shown. I don't know what that sound is, but yeah. Starting first with what was this? Best esports event. I don't know. See, I remember last year when we did this. I told one of you. It was Slash and SquidWario. I told one of you guys to just pick a random one, and another one of you guys to pick another random one, and I'll pick. I don't fucking know. I guess I'll pick the International 2021 because that's quite an interesting name. SquidWario. And you can. Wait, I should probably share my screen. Yeah, wait. Let me do that. So which do you think is the best esports event? Or you probably don't even. I keep up with some esports, some as in Smash. That's it. I don't really keep up with any of these other esports, so don't really know. But SquidWario, do you have anything?
So I would say out of the esports choices, I would probably say the League of Legends World Championship 2021.
Yeah, that probably will be, actually. I don't know. It's League. Gus?
I haven't watched any of these before, but yeah, I guess since of how big League is, I'll just choose League as well because,
yeah, I'm going to change my vote to that. I think League won. I think the League of Legends event won last year. So yeah, I don't know why that's taking. Okay, there we go. Next, we're starting off with a little bit of esports stuff. Just so, we got it's moving very slowly. Okay. Best esports coach is up next. I don't know why the website's being done like this. Why it's not like something you can just scroll up or whatever. But whatever. Best esports coach, we got Arat Silent Gaziev, Andre. And that is that Andre? That's a weird way of spelling Andre if that is.
I don't know. I guess probably Andre.
I'm gonna say Andre though. Andre Shalikov. Andre. Okay, first we got Andre. Now we have Andre. Blade. I remember that being the way you say it. Horodensky. I'm just gonna say the names in the quotes. All right. Crowder and Coma. I'm gonna say the Ang, whatever the fuck his name is, just because I don't know how to say his name. SquidWario. I don't know. Do you?
Yeah, I'd say I'd agree with Ang or Andre, whatever his name is. I'd agree with him. I'd say.
All right, Gus.
I'm gonna go with Silent because he has the Nike symbol on his shirt, and I don't know any of these people, so yeah.
I don't know any of these people either. All right.
Yeah, I don't follow professional esports though. To be honest.
Best esports team: Atlanta FaZe, DWG Kia, Natus Vincere, Sentinels, or Team Spirit? I'm gonna go with Sentinels just because that reminds me of the Sentinel from the X-Men, and they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
SquidWario, what do you think?
I would say I would probably just go with Team Spirit if I had to choose.
All right. Um, Gus, how about you?
I'll go with FaZe because it's FaZe and they play COD, and that's the only game I play out of everything here. So might as well pick it.
All right. Next up is best esports athlete. We got. Good thing we're not on Twitch, but we got Simp, Showmaker, Collapse, Simple, and Tens. I'm gonna go with Simp just because I can say the word now.
Yeah, the name Simp.
SquidWario, anything?
I'd say out of those choices, I might go with Showmaker. Out of those choices, probably.
All right, Gus, how about you?
I also like Simp. I think I'm gonna go for him.
All right. I think there's like best esports game. This one's probably the closest one I can gauge with just because it's sort of just how popular a game is with esports. Call of Duty, really just the franchise. All right. Counter Strike, or CS:GO. Who the fuck calls it Counter Strike Global Offensive? Dota 2, League of Legends, or Valorant. I feel like it's League of Legends just because that game's always. I feel like that game always wins this category. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, I'm that.
Yeah, you agree with me, Gus?
You know what's funny is that for Call of Duty, that's the Warzone picture. So I wonder if they're just specifically saying Call of Duty or Warzone. But for that reason, I think I will say. Yeah, screw it. I'll say Call of Duty because why not? It's been such a freaking popular game for so long, and I feel like whenever I think of competitive games, I always think of first-person shooters or RPGs. So, yeah.
All right.
Call.
Next up is most anticipated game. It was a category that was introduced last year. We got Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Breath of the Wild 2, and Starfield. This one's tough. Elden Ring looks fantastic. Horizon Forbidden West looks fantastic. From the cinematics we've seen of Starfield, that game looks fantastic. It's really just between Breath of the Wild and God of War. I don't know. I guess since I'm more confident that we're seeing God of War next year than we are seeing Breath of the Wild next year, I'm gonna have to go with God of War. But
I mean,
yeah, SquidWario, what do you think?
I would go with Legend of Zelda, but like I think we've waited for like the sequel a bit way too long, though.
Yeah, no, I understand going for Breath of the Wild. I'm just saying, like, I don't think we're getting Breath of the Wild next year.
I doubt it. We were supposed to get it, but like we've been waiting way too long, though.
Yeah, so Breath of the Wild's your pick.
Yeah.
All right, Gus, how about you?
I'm gonna have to also agree with SquidWario and go with Breath of the Wild, only because of how fun the first one is, and whether it comes out next year or not, it definitely fills the most anticipated game category. I think it's a good choice.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna stick with God of War though, just because I'm more confident I'll be playing that. Like they're both equally as anticipated for me. I just have to like wage. I have to like break the tie in some way like that, you know. Next up, don't know why it's going slow. Those of you guys, those of you guys just listening, not really watching this, we're using the website, and it's going very slow. Still, oh, there we go. It's okay. Best debut indie game. We got The Artful Escape, The Forgotten City, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Sable, or Valheim. The only one out of all these games I've played was Kena. I've heard good things about the Forgotten City, Valheim, Sable. I've never heard of the Artful Escape, but yeah, Kana is the only one I played. So that game is really good though. SquidWario, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably say Kana would definitely be good out of those choices.
All right, Gus, how about you?
I've played none of these, so you know what? I'm just gonna agree with you guys. Yeah, Kana should win.
Yeah, that game's really like the cutscenes for that game look like they come out of a Pixar movie. Like it looks really good. Content Creator of the Year. I love how Dream is on here. So we got Dream, Foosley, Galls, uh, Ibai, or Gref G. First of all, I think this is the second year in a row where I feel like Scott the Woz got snubbed. Can anyone back me up there?
Yeah, I would say
The dude's
so.
going on. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but he's getting like a show on G4. Like, come on, he should definitely be here.
Yeah,
Now, of these five, excuse me, of these five people, I only know of Dream and Foosley, so I don't know. I've never heard of these other three guys. So
yeah. I don't know. Like that, I don't really follow. So like, I can't really have a good opinion on this category.
I guess I'm gonna go with Dream just because he's more popular. But
I suppose. Yeah.
yeah, Gus, how about you?
So the only two I know from this is actually Dream and I think the Gref or the Gref G, and I think they both had a really big past couple of years, especially Dream though, and with the whole Minecraft scene. So I think I'm gonna go for Dream because
Yeah. I just realized I love how all these are just pictures of like the creators themselves, and then there's just Dream here. Like I get it, he hasn't revealed his face, but I don't know, it just looks funny next to everyone else.
that's the freaking drawing.
Yeah. All right, the next category. Best multiplayer game. Back for Blood, which disappointed me. I'm not quite sure why that's on here, to be honest. Knockout City, It Takes Two, Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and Valheim. Valheim's getting some love here. Shit. I've not played It Takes Two yet, although I've heard it's really good. And seeing how it got nominated for quite a lot, I actually have the game downloaded. I'm just waiting for someone to play it with. Let's see. Back for Blood disappointed me. Knockout City's a lot of fun. Not too many people are playing that game right now though, but it's a lot of fun. Never played Valheim. Haven't played New World. Monster Hunter Rise is pretty fun, although I've never played the multiplayer. So for me, I'm gonna go with Knockout City, but I want to say It Takes Two, but like I haven't played that yet, so I'm gonna go with Knockout City. SquidWario, what about you?
Knockout City, hands down. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I've tried Knockout City before, and it actually seems a lot fun in my opinion. So I think hands down, I'm going with that game.
Gus, how about you?
The only game I've actually played out of all these are Back for Blood, and I also found it to be pretty disappointing. So I wouldn't want it to win, honestly. So I'm just gonna piggyback off your answer again and say Knockout City, just so
Yeah.
you guys.
Probably. I'm telling you, it's probably gonna be It Takes Two. Like that game, you need two players to play, and I really want to play that game. I'll definitely play that game before the Game Awards actually happen. But like, I can't say It Takes Two just because I haven't played it yet. So, yeah. Knockout City's a lot of fun though. It's free on PS Plus, and I think it's also free on Game Pass as well. So, yeah. Best sports / racing game. We got F1 2021, FIFA 2022, Forza Horizon 5, Hot Wheels Unleashed, and Riders Republic. I have not played a single one of these games, but based on what I've heard, it's Forza, and I don't even think it's a question. SquidWario, what do you think?
I would say I would say probably FIFA 22 in my opinion.
Okay. Gus, how about you?
So, the two I've played out of this category are Forza 5 and Hot Wheels Unleashed. I think the Hot Wheels racing games are very underrated. I find them to be very fun. But with that being said, Forza 5 is absolutely beautiful. I just played it the other day, and it's so fun. And yeah, I love the graphics in that game, so I'm gonna give it to Forza, I think.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it's probably gonna be Forza that actually wins. All right, just gotta wait. Just don't worry, take your time, buddy. What's this next category? I don't know what it is. It's not telling me. Come on. What?
An error already? Ugh.
All right, we're gonna.
Back to the hood, CJ.
And we're back. The website crashed, so we're using IGN to look at it. We're gonna have to find. I guess it's sort of in a different order now. So we can't really like. The fuck is going on over there, Gus? It's in a different order now, so we can't really. It's not gonna. We're gonna have to skip some things because we voted on them earlier. But yeah. So next up is sim/strategy game. Just making sure we're recording. Yes, we are. So sim/strategy game. Got Age of Empires 4, Evil Genius 2, World Domination. We got Humankind, Inscription, and Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have not played any one of these games. But I've heard the best things about Microsoft Flight Simulator, so that's what I'm going to go with. Wario, what about you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do Microsoft Flight. I just like the designs in that game. It just looks really cool.
It looks really good.
Yeah, they make the planes look realistic in that game too.
Yeah.
So,
Gus, what do you think?
Yeah, I also like planes, so I'll go for Microsoft Flight Simulator.
All right. Sports, we did that one already. Best family game.
A family.
This one is basically the Nintendo category, which I don't like. Like, I don't really like that because every year it's always like a bunch of like. The family game is always like Nintendo games. That's like the only category they'll be nominated in.
That's because like Nintendo makes lighthearted games.
But like it's always the only category. Like let's read the nominees here. It Takes Two, which is not Nintendo obviously. Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, WarioWare Get It Together. Okay, 4 out of 5 of these games are Nintendo games, and it's the only category that all 4 of those games are nominated in. I feel like you could have nominated Mario Party Superstars for best multiplayer. Just saying, but I think I might have to. It's probably gonna be It Takes Two, and if I played it, then I might go with that. Assuming I would like it, but I'm gonna have to go with Mario Party Superstars. SquidWario, what do you think?
I'm doing 3D World and Bowser's Fury.
That's good too, but
yeah.
Gus, what do you think?
I think I'm just gonna say It Takes Two, just so it beats out every other Nintendo game. it'd be cool, and I've played none of these as well, so that's why I kind of am voting for that.
All right. Best fighting game. We got Demon Slayer. Oh, hold on. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles. That's quite the title there. Guilty Gear Strive, Melty Blood, Type Lumina, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and Virtuous Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. Alright, as a fighting game connoisseur, it is Guilty Gear Strive. All these other games, including Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which I really liked. All these other games don't come close to Guilty Gear Strive. SquidWario, what do you think?
Out of those choices, I think I have to go with Nick Brawl.
All right, Gus, what do you think?
I'm also gonna go for Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl because it's one of the only ones I've played this year. So
Oh, you played
yeah,
it?
yeah, at a
Oh,
friend's house.
okay. Um, yeah, like Nickelodeon All Star Brawl is really good. Virtua Fighter 5 is really good. I haven't played Demon Slayer and I haven't played Melty Blood. Guilty Gear Strive though is just a league above those though, in my opinion. Best RPG. We got Cyberpunk nominated for Best RPG. Okay. Along with Monster Hunter Rise, Scarlet Nexus, Shin Megami Tensei 5, and Tales of Arise. I think I'm gonna go with Tales of Arise. That game was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of the few people in the world who like Cyberpunk. But as an RPG, I think Tales of Arise is better. SquidWario, what do you think?
I don't know. I would say I would probably go with either Tales of Arise or Monster Hunter, probably.
Yeah, they all have Rise in the name, kind of. Whatever, that
Yeah.
was dumb. Gus, what do you think about Best RPG?
Um, well, I've only played Cyberpunk out of all of these, but at the same time, as much as I do love the story to Cyberpunk, I don't know if it should win an RPG award. You know.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, I'm gonna vote for Cyberpunk because I really enjoyed it. Honestly,
I don't think Cyberpunk's gonna win this. It was nominated for I think best soundtrack, and I think it has a good shot at winning that. But we'll get there. Best action slash adventure game. We got Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil Village, and Psychonauts 2. Shit, I played all of these games. It's kind of refreshing to see a category with all the nominees being games you played. I don't know. So best action slash adventure game. This one's tough. Psychonauts 2, I'm just letting you guys know, is probably my game of the year. But did it have the best action out of all 5 of these games? I'm gonna have to go with either Psychonauts 2 or Metroid Dread. Psychonauts 2 is gonna win most categories for me personally, but I think Metroid Dread might beat it in action. So yeah, as an action game, I think Metroid Dread. SquidWario, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, dude. I gotta go with Metroid Dread for this.
All right, Gus, what do you think?
I'm kind of torn between Metroid and Resident Evil, but
That game's good.
yeah. At the same time, I feel like Resident Evil is more of a horror game than an action game, so I think I'm gonna give it to Metroid.
All right, best action game. Wait a minute. What? Oh, this is action adventure game. I guess Metroid Dread's still okay. Whatever. Best action game: Back 4 Blood, Chivalry 2, Deathloop, Far Cry 6, and Returnal. I've not played Returnal yet. Not played Far Cry 6. Not played Chivalry 2. Back 4 Blood was kind of disappointing. Although I guess the action in that game wasn't too bad. That wasn't what I didn't like about it. But I think Deathloop wins. I think the action as an action game, Deathloop is really good. SquidWario, what do you think?
I would say best action game. I would say probably Deathloop, maybe.
All right. Gus, what do you think?
Out of all of these, I mean, I feel like Far Cry is such an iconic action franchise on its own, and just franchise. So I think I'm gonna go for that Far Cry 6.
All right. Innovation and accessibility. So this might be hard to understand. Recognizing software and/or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. All right. So, Far Cry 6, Forza Horizon 5, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ratchet and Clank, and The Veil: Shadow of the Crown. Now that fifth one, I have never heard of that game before. Far Cry 6 and Forza Horizon 5 are two games I've not played. So for me personally, I think it's between Ratchet and Clank and Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think it's Ratchet and Clank. The accessibility options in that game are awesome. SquidWario, what do you think?
Yeah, I would say for this one, like Ratchet and Clank has definitely won a lot in me. So I think for this one, I'm gonna go with that game.
All right, Gus, what do you think?
I think, let's see. I think these are all great nominations for this category, but I think I'm going to go with Forza for
All
this
right,
one.
yeah. I'm not gonna deny it's Forza. I haven't played it, so I can't really vote for it. Best VR/AR game. We got Hitman 3, I Expect You to Die 2, Lone Echo 2, Resident Evil 4, or Sniper Elite VR. I've heard great things about Resident Evil 4 VR, so I'm gonna say that one. I don't have a VR on anything, so I can't. I've actually been interested in getting a VR just because it just seems intriguing to me personally. But Resident Evil 4, I've heard, like, in VR is really good. So that's going to be my vote. SquidWario, how about you?
For this one, yeah, I think I'd say for best VR game, I would probably do Resident Evil 4 as well.
All right, Gus, how about you?
For all of this, let's see. Honestly, I think I might have to go with the same choice, even though I haven't played any of them. Sniper Elite in VR sounds very fun too, but yeah, I think I'll go for Resident Evil.
All right. Best community support. We got Apex Legends Escape. Fuck is that? Is that like an expansion?
I think it's just the season name, I think.
Oh, okay. Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Final Fantasy 14 Online. Fortnite. Or No Man's Sky. Now, 2 seconds ago, I actually wasn't thinking this one. But, I think Final Fantasy 14 Online, do you know how much, how much support that game is getting? Like, it's actually fucking crazy. That game is blowing up. I think Final Fantasy 14 Online. SquidWario, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you because, I mean, Final Fantasy is a very popular franchise, so it explains a lot why that's, like, nominated. So I think I'm going to go for that one, too.
Yeah, Gus, how about you?
This is a really tough one. I think these are all great nominations. I think Apex has always been very consistent with updates, and Fortnite is just recently getting back with the community and trying to really engage with them. And Final Fantasy, I always hear a lot of people talking about how consistent they are too, since like day one. And No Man's Sky, as well, being like such a crap game at launch, and then like having so much support like to its fan base a couple years after is great too. So this is a really hard choice. But I think if I had to pick one, even though I really don't play it a lot, I see so much support with Apex Legends, so I think I'm gonna go for that. Especially, I'm gonna go for that one.
All right. Okay. Next up is best mobile game. Now, I remember last year, like the big mobile game that blew up was like Among Us, and the year before that was like Call of Duty Mobile. Like those were the obvious ones. This year, I don't really know. We got Fantasian, Genshin Impact, League of Legends, Marvel Future Revolution, or Pokemon Unite. Now, aside from Fantasian, I've heard of all these games. Actually, I think I've heard of Fantasian before. I don't really know what that is. These other four, like, obviously, like, everyone knows Genshin Impact, League of Legends, Marvel, Pokemon. I'm going to say Pokemon Unite just because I played that on Switch, and it's actually not too bad. So, I'm assuming it's also not too bad on mobile. But, SquidWario, what do you think?
I would probably go with either Pokemon or Marvel.
Alright, Gus, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Flappy Bird. No, I'm just kidding. For best,
Flappy Bird is so 2014, dude.
I've heard a lot of people really enjoying the League mobile game, and I really don't play a lot of mobile games anymore. So yeah, we'll just say the League mobile game is a good pick.
All right. Best debut. We did that one already. Best indie game. Now, in case you guys don't know, debut indie game is a game published or developed by a studio for the first time, like their first game. Best indie game is just any indie game. So we got 12 minutes. I really wanted to play that game. I was going to get it on Steam and I just never did. But we got 12 minutes. Death's Door, which I hear is really good. Don't have it yet. It's coming to PS5 and Switch soon, so I'll get it on there. Kana, Bridge of Spirits, Inscription, Loop Hero. I said that like there was more after that, but yeah. I'm going to go with Kana, Bridge of Spirits. Although Death's Door, I hear is great. But yeah, I'm going to go with Kana. SquidWario, what do you think?
I think I might go with Death Door for this one.
Alright, Gus, how about you?
I really haven't played any of these either, so I think I'll just pick the one that sounds the most intriguing. So I'll go with Death Door.
Alright. Best ongoing game. So obviously these are basically just games that didn't come out this year, that are getting a bunch of support and are still staying relevant this year. Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, Final Fantasy XIV Online, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Again, I think I'm going to have to go with Final Fantasy XIV Online. I haven't played that, to be honest. These sort of MMO RPGs aren't really my thing, but I've actually been thinking about playing Final Fantasy XIV Online, so and again, just the support this game's been getting and just how much it's been blowing up, I think it deserves best ongoing game. SquidWario, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I don't know why Fortnite is still on this list. Like, I'm surprised Fortnite is still...
As much as I don't like Fortnite, it is staying relevant, which is why it's on here.
Yeah. But, again, I gotta go with Final Fantasy. It's been around much longer than... as a franchise, it's been around much longer than Fortnite. And it's still good to see it being popular to this day. So, I'm sticking with the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Gus, how about you?
Okay, so we have a couple games that I do play and I don't play. If I had to pick one, I mean, out of all the game I really only play is Fortnite. But here's the thing: I think this past year, the first half of the year was a terrible year for Fortnite, and I didn't even play the game. But the second half was great, and I got back into it. So, that being said, I'm gonna vote for Final Fantasy because Jesus, it's been going on. That game has been around.
That game's been, and like the story of that game as well, as in like how that game got big, was crazy. They originally released Final Fantasy XIV, and it was fucking awful. Now they remade it into like an MMO game, and it's still going strong. So yeah, I might play it too. Again, sorry I cut you off there, Gus. Sorry about that. Why is my cursor still not appearing? But what were you saying, Gus?
Exactly. All I'm saying is my vote is definitely for Final Fantasy. Since I didn't pick it in the last community-based one, I'll go for this one then.
All right. Games for Impact. We got Before Your Eyes, Boyfriend Dungeon, Chicory: A Colorful Tale, Life is Strange: True Colors, or No Longer Home. I've not played any of these. I actually have not heard of any of these aside from Life is Strange: True Colors. So that's going to be my pick. Life is Strange: True Colors. SquidWario, what about you?
I guess for this one, this is hard because I don't really follow any of those games. But I would say maybe Chicory: A Colorful Tale, maybe.
All right. Gus, how about you?
My bad. I'm just looking at this now. Out of all of these, I mean, I really only know the Life is Strange series, so screw it. I'll go for that.
Yeah, that's what I did. Best performance. We got Erica Mori from Life is Strange. We have Giancarlo Esposito from Far Cry 6. Jason E. Kelly from Deathloop, Maggie Robertson from Resident Evil Village. I think she plays the giant vampire lady. So, and we have Oziyama or Oziowama Agaga. Sorry if I mispronounced the name, from Deathloop. I haven't played Life is Strange. I haven't played Far Cry 6, even though Giancarlo Esposito is a great actor. He's in Breaking Bad, of course, and in Mandalorian. So yeah, he's great. But I think it's between one of the two Deathloop people. I think it's gonna be Jason E. Kelly. His performance as Colt is it makes me like Colt, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Jason E. Kelly for Deathloop. SquidWario, what do you think?
Best performance. I don't know. This is kind of hard for me, I think, but I think I'm just gonna go with I guess Erica Mori from Life is Strange.
All right, Gus, how about you?
Out of all of these, I'm gonna go for, I think, Maggie Robertson, because why not? She had such an iconic character this year.
Yeah.
And might as well give it to her.
Yeah. Best audio design. We got Deathloop, Forza Horizon 5, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil Village, and Returnal. Audio design isn't really something I pay attention to too much, but let's say I played Deathloop and Ratchet and Clank on my PS5, where like the audio design on the PS5 in general is like insane. Like again, I don't pay attention to that, and I notice it, you know, because there's sounds coming out of the controller and shit. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm gonna say Ratchet and Clank. SquidWario, how about you?
I would say either that or Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, the audio design in that game, I'm pretty sure, was really good.
Yeah.
Gus, how about you?
You know, I think I'm gonna go for a Forza again, only because, you know, it's a car game, so I feel like it'd be really interesting to try and, you know, design
That's
audio
true.
for.
I didn't really think about that. Yeah. Okay, best score / music. We got Cyberpunk, Deathloop, Near Replicant. A little side note, I like how in the video where Jeff Keighley revealed all the nominees, when he announced Near Replicant, he read that entire number. So I don't know why you do that. Just say Near Replicant. So yeah, we got Cyberpunk, Deathloop, Near Replicant, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and The Artful Escape. I haven't played Near Replicant. I haven't played The Artful Escape. Guardians of the Galaxy has a good soundtrack, but most of it's like actual songs. So I feel like that's sort of cheating a little bit. Deathloop's soundtrack was really good, but I think Cyberpunk, if we can all agree that Cyberpunk deserves an award for something, it's probably soundtrack. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Cyberpunk here. SquidWario, how about you?
I would say maybe Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy for this one.
Yeah, that soundtrack was good. So yeah, I understand that one. Gus, how about you?
So I actually haven't played Deathloop, but whenever I would see the trailers, I'd always get very intrigued from all the music and everything. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for Cyberpunk. That was another great thing I loved about playing the game. So
yeah. Best art direction. We got Deathloop, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and The Artful Escape. Here's the thing. I really like Ratchet and Clank. I don't really see how the art direction in that game was like too crazy or anything. I feel like replace that with It Takes Two, because that the art style and everything in that game is great. But of the games here, I feel like I have to go with Psychonauts 2. Like Deathloop's art direction, it almost looks like a comic book. You know, Kena Bridge of Spirits almost looks like a Pixar movie, but Psychonauts 2 I gotta go with that one. SquidWario, what do you think?
Yeah, Psychonauts 2, I think, had a really good design, so I have to go with that.
Gus, what do you think?
Out of everything here, I think I might choose Ratchet and Clank because I always liked the design of that game, and yeah, I think it's cool.
Alright. Best narrative: Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange, Psychonauts 2, and Guardians of the Galaxy. This one's tough. Again, I haven't played It Takes Two, although I know that game has a really good narrative. I haven't played Life is Strange, and I don't really care about it too much, but, like, that's the type of game where, like, narrative is the main focus. The narrative in Deathloop is really cool. The narrative in Guardians of the Galaxy is really cool. And the narrative in Psychonauts 2 is really cool. For me, it's between Deathloop and Psychonauts. Because, like, Psychonauts deals with some heavy shit, you know? But the type of narrative Deathloop tells is very, like, unique with, like, the time loop and shit. I don't know. This one's tough. Get back to me. SquidWario, what do you think?
Best narrative. I guess I would have to go with either I would say Life is Strange or It Takes Two. I'd go with either one of the two, really.
Okay, Gus, what do you think?
I think I'm gonna have to go for Guardians for this one.
The narrative in that was really good, yeah. But it was almost like a Marvel movie, I guess, which is why I kind of, like, eliminated that one. Now we're back to me. I'm going to have to go with Psychonauts 2, just because the subject matter in that game is really heavy, and the narrative, like, it's supported by the narrative, and, yeah. Best game direction. We got Deathloop, It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Again, I gotta go with my game of the year, Psychonauts 2. Just because, like, I don't think there's a single minute of that game that was wasted. So, yeah, although all these games are really good. SquidWario, what do you think?
I would say Psychonauts 2 for this.
Alright, Gus, what do you think?
I guess I'll agree with you guys and go with Psychonauts.
Alright. And last but not least, Game of the Year. We got Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and Resident Evil Village. I'm about to sneeze. I think. I hate that feeling when you think you're about to sneeze and you just don't. Okay, I don't think I'm about to sneeze. Okay. This is tough. I mean, this year, I've been saying this year's been a quiet year for games, sort of a slow year for games. That being said, a lot of the games that came out are, like, equally as good. So, like, all these games, I think, are almost equally as good as each other. So, I don't know. I can take out It Takes Two, just because, I haven't played it yet. I can take out Resident Evil Village and Deathloop, because those games are really good. They just definitely deserve to be here, but I think it comes down to Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I'm going to say Metroid Dread provided more of a challenge than Ratchet and Clank, but I really did that just to determine second place, because I've been saying that Psychonauts 2 is my game of the year, so that's my game of the year. Psychonauts 2 wins for me. That's what I hope wins. What I think is going to win, though, is Deathloop. Did you guys see the reviews for that game? Fucking crazy.
Well, yeah, I heard a lot of positive reviews for that game, so...
Yeah, like, perfect scores up the ass, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That game's probably going to win Game of the Year, but I want it to be Psychonauts 2. Here's the thing about this year, though. I feel like all these games have a good chance of winning. I've been saying, like, Deathloop, hands down, will win. But you know what? I can't... I could see all of the other 5 games in here actually winning as well. So, I don't know. SquidWario, what do you think?
Well, of course, Deathloop is probably going to win most likely, but in my opinion, I think I'm going to go with Metroid Dread.
That game's really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to say Metroid Dread, but it came out the same year as Psychonauts 2, so yeah. Gus, how about you?
These are all great picks this year, but I think just that impact wise and community base wise, when it came to this game, was huge, and everybody was talking about it and like having a good time with it. And for that reason, I think Resident Evil Village is gonna win
Yeah,
Game of the Year, possibly.
that's true. Like, don't mean to cut you off there, but out of all 6 of these games, Resident Evil definitely had the most buzz. I guess maybe it's because it's Resident Evil, but yeah. Sorry, keep going.
No, I agree 100% with you. That was basically it.
So yeah,
But yeah,
it seems that every year for Game of the Year, there's always a game that gets nominated, and everyone then is like a controversial pick to be nominated. I remember last year it was The Last of Us. The year before that it was Death Stranding. This year I feel like everyone's cool with these 6 games. I feel, and I don't think there's one game where it's like nominated for everything. Like I feel like Psychonauts 2, it might just be biased, but I feel like that game got nominated for the most. But if it was probably not that much more than like Deathloop or Ratchet and Clank. So yeah, that's wait, guys, SquidWario, what you said which game you think is gonna win? You said Deathloop's probably gonna win. Gus,
Yeah.
What game do you think is gonna win? Not what game you want to win. What game do you think is gonna win?
honestly, I think it's gonna be what team I think is gonna win. I really haven't seen anything about Deathloop, and that's not saying that nothing you guys are saying is true. It's just something I haven't seen. So personally, I think it'll either I think the 3 it could be is either Village, Metroid Dread, or Psychonauts. Honestly, because those, I feel like those are all great series and they're all very worthy sequels. So yeah.
All right. Well, that is our predictions for the Game Awards. Do know that this awards event isn't like the be all end all of all games that came out this year. There are many other different game awards. People like to wager the Game Awards by learning like what the best games of the year are. There are many other Game Awards. This is just like the most mainstream one. The Oscars isn't the only movie award show. It's just the most mainstream. So yeah, just keep that in mind, everyone. Don't take this one too seriously. And hey, we can see a bunch of new games. That'll be cool. As we almost definitely will be seeing. So yeah, that'll do it for this episode of Chillin with the Miikcast. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another probably live episode of Chillin with the Miikcast. Bye guys.
See you around.
My cursor is still missing. So trying to stop this recording is going to be...